stories, and the Member of Parliament for Yaba Kubori, former Minister for Sports and former Director General of the National Service Authority, Mustafa Yusuf, has issued a strong rebuttal following his inclusion in a list of former officials and private individuals implicated in a 548 million CD payroll fraud at the National Service Authority. In an official statement released on June 13, Mr. Yusuf categorically denied any involvement in the alleged wrongdoing and declared his readiness to account for his stewardship during his tenure at the NSS from February 2017 to January 2021. Portions of the statement read, "My attention, quote, has come to a press conference by the Attorney General held on June 13, 2025, and I wish to categorically deny any alleged wrongdoing," unquote. Now, Yusuf further stated, quote, "I am ready, willing, and able to account for my stewardship," unquote. The response comes just hours after the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayine, named Yusuf among 12 former NSA officials accused of orchestrating a large-scale ghost names payroll scheme that resulted in significant financial losses to the state. To some other stories, and the Outpatients Department, OPD, and maternity wards of various hospitals nationwide have resumed full operations following the suspension of a 2-week-long strike by the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. The industrial action, which was called off by leadership of the association on Friday, June 13, followed renewed commitments by the government to revisit the proposed timelines for the implementation of a collective agreement signed in 2024. More in the following reports.
The death of a newly delivered baby at the Eastern Regional Hospital and several patients who were turned away at various health facilities nationwide are but a few of the tragedies associated with the 2-week-long strike by the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. However, Friday's announcement of a suspension of the strike offers a major sign of relief, especially for many who rely on public health facilities for medical attention. A few days ago, patients who sought medical attention here at the Adabraka Polyclinic were made to wait in long queues just to assess same as a result of the strike by members of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. Today we are back here and the situation is different. The OPD is actively functional with nurses at post. Nicholas Domashi is one of the early birds who have come to the Adabraka Polyclinic to seek medical attention. Unlike the recent past when the strike was in session, Nicholas tells us he spent more than 10 minutes at the OPD.
What's the name?
Yeah, the OPD.
Yes, the OPD. I met one person over there.
A nurse?
Yes, no. I met a patient.
Oh, okay.
At the OPD. But there was 2 nurses at that place. So within 10 minutes, we finished and we are waiting for the doctor right now.
So the OPD attended to you? The nurses at the OPD attended to you?
Yes. Yes. Everything was okay.
The resumption of work by the nurses and midwives is even more evident at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. A visit to the Obstetrics Gynecology Department reveals midwives at post as patients receive treatment.
Yes, I can confirm that our midwives, at least for my department, yes, they are at post. As you can see behind you, these are midwives at post. They are back and they are helping take care of the patient. So yes, they are back, and we're very, very happy to have them.
However, as one of the busiest maternity centers in the country, Dr. Buama associated the apparent decline in patronage by patients at the time of our visit to the lack of adequate information about the suspension of the strike.
Traditionally, for us as a Rich Hospital, which is the busiest maternity center in the whole country, it doesn't matter what's a weekend or weekday, the place is always busy. However, today is a bit calm and quiet. It looks as if the patient or the client probably are not aware that the strike has been called off, and so some are not really, they are not coming as we expect. one or two coming in, but then majority of them really, it is quite unusual.
At the Menchia District Hospital in the Ashanti region, members of the association have resumed work and are attending to patients. Speaking to ChannelOne News, the association's branch secretary for Kumasi Metro, Priscilla Frimpong, assured patients of their full commitment to deliver quality health care.
Because the emergency has already started seeing cases. They are all referral from peripheral hospitals, so they are working.
So what commitment should patients here, expect from you in terms of health care?
We have our full commitments. Once we have spoken to Parliament and we understood and we have started working, we are doing what we are supposed to do.
Some patients also expressed joy and called on the government to provide what the nurses are demanding. In the northern region, ChannelOne News' checks on Saturday confirmed that nurses at the Tripoli District Hospital had fully resumed duty, much to the relief of patients and families. Residents expressed their excitement and appealed to authorities to meet the nurses' demands to ensure continued healthcare services.
Monday, I was here, and it was very, very sad that the place was empty as we came here on Monday. But today, being here, seeing our mothers around, our nurses around, I think it gives me some sight of relief as a native of Tripoli.
The acting nurse manager at the facility, Ebenezer Donko, told ChannelOne News that while they have returned, the government must act swiftly to fulfill its part of the agreement.
Well, just plead on the government to, keep on with their promise that they give to our leaders and then fulfill them when they meet in the next 2 weeks, so that we find an amicable solution to this issue.